Being Google Fast, here we are. It is the website one kickoff meeting back at its usual time, and maybe it will just stay at its usual time going forward after the confusion of last week. We shall see. Federico has said he can't make it. I don't know if Praveen will join us. He's been very busy recently. It may be just you and me, Michael, and of course all your mind is absorbed with async voter. Did you have any website one tickets that you wanted to vote on?
No.
Okay. Looks to me like we've got no particular shortage of things to be done. I'm just trying to think of anything that I want voted on. I mean, with only two of us, I guess I would just put an async vote and kick it into the channel. I guess one of them, I guess the key things that I've got, well, there's sort of a spike that I started, which is about replacing Agile bots with a reliable bit of Ruby code in website one. And particularly since I've started it and it was just sort of like blah, reaction. It's maybe good to get that voted on. I'm quite Joao. One of the main things for website one is that we've got it set up now so that we can associate multiple repos with individual projects. And that was quite a pleasant experience for most of last week, using the Cocoon gem and various other bits and pieces. Basically, it's all working. It's all quite smooth. We haven't got a default display of all of those different repos associated with the project. It just sort of gives a place for the maintainer to store them at the moment. There's kind of a follow-up feature, which is I got something like which I think would be, we can say here, which is like display repos available, projects available. Currently it only supports display the primary one. And then there's another one which would be this is like have commit stats calculated over all project repos, currently only calculated the primary one. So those two things, along with removing like the legacy field, are all kind of like, follow up to that general feature. But I'm not in a huge rush to do them. I kind of felt quite good about doing a feature that, Joao and Free Range had originally suggested it, and Joao had asked for it before and followed up for it, and he seems quite happy to have received the feature. And it was part of my AV ecosystem review to, jump up a different level and say, right, let's make some of our other stakeholders happy. But I'm not sensing people saying, "Oh yes, I'd like this, that, and the other." From website one at the moment, I am concerned. 500 errors that we're getting, and sometimes certain pages being slow. I mean, this is a general performance review, but it's not so bad at the moment that I don't know. I feel like almost like I want to focus on replacing AgileBot with the Ruby Slack client because one, it will save us money. Two, it would set up so that
Is that really number one though? Like,
I'm not saying it's number one. I'm saying it's of the things that
it's not, but it's not like the primary.
Well, it wasn't that I was thinking, oh gosh, that is a huge amount of money that we can't afford. I'd like to save that money. The key thing I was thinking was like, oh, I want to save my time and other people's time from when they start scrums and their project channels are not updated.
Right.
So that was the immediate frustration, and I was trying to get that to work in AgileBot.
Also, just maintaining it, right?
Yeah, and so then it's like, well, staging is not working in some complex way that I don't understand, and it's kind of like,
because if it were amazing and it was saving everybody time,
right. If it was easier to maintain, I mean, it's CoffeeScript has become not what people are doing, right? It's kind of a legacy language almost now. So it's the testing is so convoluted and haphazard, and that may reflect just our lack of experience with testing things that then also happen to be in a Whobot. And if like there were lots of people saying, "Oh yeah, who were getting value from the Whobot infrastructure and using Whobot throughout Agile Ventures," but they're not, and we don't have anybody who's excited to explore the possibilities that Whobot Slack integration might offer.
Wonder why we don't.
Go on.
I said, I wonder why we don't.
Well, it's a good question. I think partly because things like async voter we've been able to develop with Slack commands, like independently of a Whobot thing. That's kind of like another layer of stuff to understand. I mean, again, it's about this going simple. So then when I found that within an hour, I could effectively replicate all of the AgileBot functionality in Ruby, and that then basically I would save $14 a month, could get the updates to the functionality that I want and make it easier to maintain. That felt like, yeah, let's do that. So I've got the spike. I mean, it needs tests wrapped around it, but I feel like that's just a much more straightforward proposition, given that it's Ruby. I'm not saying we shouldn't be breaking the website one up into different services. I don't know that the AgileBot is offering us value by being a separate service.
Yeah.
So
pushing something to staging right now on async bot, it's probably going to blow up and be like,
we'll have fun.
Be like, oh, everything is horrible. Or it's going to go miraculously well.
One of the two, or something in between. The I have managed to actually get some of things cleared up by getting the mob and face-to-face pages updated on staging. I've got those in the check column. I mean, I guess unless anybody comes up with any whatever, I will just roll them out next week. And then, yeah, I was thinking going forward, either to try and do a high-level overview to like work out, what is the critical place to focus on.
Can you vote in that channel, by the way?
Did I vote in which channel?
The bot tests.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I have voted. I guess with the
Okay, we've revealed our votes.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go on.
Yeah, so I guess since I've got the Agile bot thing hanging, and using it would allow me to sort of clean up and smooth various interactions that I'm doing daily in Slack. I think I might make that my focus next week before coming back around to the big picture. Just because it'll help me feel more motivated if I can clean up some of those nagging issues that have been going on for a long time. Yeah, the other thing that I did during the week was spend some time going through all the different pull requests that we had outstanding, and I found some, like there was one from Nicolas Jacques, which was perfectly reasonable code, but just hadn't been wrapped in tests. So I wrote the tests for it and got it moved in, and it's now in there, and that's all closed up, so that's good. I guess if we don't hear from Praveen soon, I might do the same with his thing. Yeah, that's about the size of it. I guess you don't have any concerns or thoughts about the Website 1 projects?
No. Just no.
All right. Well, I think meeting adjourned then.
Okay.
So have you managed to get the data that's like the timestamps out this time?
I don't think so. It didn't horribly break, but I don't think it.
Did quite what you wanted.
No.
Yeah, you might drive it with some unit tests. Anyway, I guess I'm going to go and decompress for a bit and maybe see you at the AV community meeting later on.
All right.
Bye.